Hello, people! This is your friend, host, and host, Kranti, back again with another What If. This is gonna be the part 2 of What If our boy, aka Deku Izuku Midoriya, is Loki. Yes, this is gonna be a Loki what if, because that what if got really good response, so I'm like, why not? So essentially, in the last part where we left off, All Might captured the sludge villain, and he's heading toward the city, but accidentally he drops the sludge villain, and it starts attacking Bakugo, and there's an explosion, and everybody hears that, including Deku, and he's like, oh, is that pestering Bakugo again? He's so annoying. I better just go and put a stop to his annoying bickering, because he's Loki, and Loki is a little bit of condescending. We're not gonna make Deku a hero. We're just gonna make him a little bit of condescending, because he's Loki. Loki loves to talk, so he's gonna be okay, let's fix it. So since he has the power of Loki, so he's gonna have the ability to float, and he's gonna fly towards him, and he's gonna oh, it's that sludge villain again, isn't it? Why must I help Bakugo? I could just let him suffer. Well, that's not hero-like. I am gonna be a hero, so I should act like one. Yes, I might help him, but I just want to see him little suffer and struggle a little bit more, So as he says that, he creates a lot of illusions, there's 20 or 30 Dekus in front of the sludge villain, and the sludge villain is oh, what? You again, kid? Damn. Because he's enchanted the sludge villain, lived him, essentially made him live through his worst memory again and again, infinite Tsukuyomi. So he's scared of him, and he's oh, villain, why don't you make him squeal? I want to hear him squeal. If you don't do that, I'm gonna make you relive this memory again and again. So out of Deku, and Baku is thinking what the hell, Deku? Yeah, save me. And he's the sludge villain is trying to suffocate Bakugo again hard, and Deku, the real Deku, comes from behind the sludge villain. He's oh, you fell for it again, didn't you? And he enchants them. He enchants him again, traps him a situation where he gets he had the worst nightmare. It's infinite Tsukuyomi multiplied by 1,000,000,000 times worse than that. Yeah, he's literally he broke the guy. Yeah, it's and all the heroes are whoa, what did you do? You just touched him, and he's like that, and he's well, in order for my enchantment to work, I have to physically touch them. But I'm working on how to mitigate that pesky little flaw of my strategy. I will find it sooner or later, because I am a god after all. The god of mischief. Yes. And Bakugo got released from it, and the heroes praise him kid, you're tough, come meet my agency sometimes. And then people are why did you touch him? They're being try to yell Deku, and Deku was telling the police, and the heroes well, if I wouldn't have to get involved in this drama if you guys did your job correctly. But what is done is done. It cannot be undone. Yet, at least. But you should be more careful about performing your own duties and your own responsibilities, because you guys are slacking off, which you shouldn't have to do, you know. So they're like jolting their kid has a this kid has a pretty valid point, and it's like, yes, I know I have a pretty valid point. And they're like, how did you know what we're thinking in our mind? And he's like, well, I'm the god of mischief. I'm Loki after all. Nothing escapes from me. Whatever you think, whatever you do, I control your actions. Everybody is beneath me, and everybody is nothing but a pawn in my grand scheme of game. Obviously, yes, I'm making Loki a little bit more dramatic than he is, but come on, it's Loki, because it's the Loki Deku, so gotta have to be like dramatic as hell for sure. So yeah, he's like that, and he's like monologuing again and again, and he's like, and All Might is like, kid, I think you need training. Yes, your coke is powerful, and you have like really good, like in a close combat situation, if you touch somebody, they're literally screwed. I'm scared of that power. Everybody should be scared of that power. But still, have you worked on your long range or medium range attacks? And he's like, that is a very wonderful idea. All Might, I have never thought of that, but tell me, keep telling me. Then he's like, kid, I think you should train. And I think I can help you with the training. Meet me at the Dagova beach tomorrow. And then Deku is like, okay, I shall meet you. Because you did help me with the sludge villain, obviously. You acted like a brilliant sidekick, so why not? I should do a favor for you. And All Might is like, the nerves on this kid. What is he made of? Like, what kind of egoistic, narcissistic, megalomaniac is he? But it's that kid is really powerful. He's gonna be a really good asset for the heroes. But that kid needs to change his attitude a lot if he wants to be a good hero. And Deku is like, All Might, I forgot to tell you one thing. I can hear you. Nothing escapes my grasp after all. Whatever you think, whatever you do, I know it all. And All Might is gulping. Is like, what the hell? Is he a telepath or something? And Deku is like, not a telepath, just a god, the god of mischief. And as he says that, the Deku that everybody sees disappears, because that Deku was also an illusion. See, he literally mind fucked with everybody else. He was literally playing with everybody else, and they were like, damn, we got played big time. And the real Deku was actually chilling at his bedroom, drinking soda or drinking some kind of smoothie and reading comics book. And it's like, Olton. But I should schedule the meeting with All Might tomorrow at Dagova Beach. And All Might is like, damn, that kid is something. So we're gonna head to Dagova Beach, where All Might tells his backstory, because he's like, I think I can trust you, because despite all the high volume bravado that you speak, I think you're a good guy. I can trust you on that. So I'm gonna tell you about my injury. And Deku is like, Oh, about the injury, about your respiratory system, and the fight with All for One? I know it already. I told you nothing escapes my mind. Have you forgotten it already, All Might? I guess the years are catching up with you, aren't they? I know everything there is to know about him and your struggle, and I know that you're looking for a successor also. But I'm gonna say this to you, All Might. I am not a brutish oath like my father, like my brother and my father was in my previous life. Yes, let me show you how I was in my previous life. And he touches like All Might in his mind, and he like shows him his whole entire life from the Thor first movie, like the when they're kids, to like until like the TVA. Okay, and he's like, kid, was that all a reality or dream? What is the meaning of this? And Deku is like, well, this is the reality. Well, not of this art or not of this universe, but of another universe. I was so powerful in my own universe that they had to put my essence in another universe. But it's a shame my previous body was way powerful than this body. But I still am powerful than all of you put together. Even All for One and One for All is nothing compared to my true self. But I do have to unlock my true potential, and it's gonna take some time. So yes, a training would be a good exercise. So, and I humbly declined your offer to make me your apprentice and your successor. I think Bakugo would be a better fit for that. Because he is a brutish oath like you guys. He talks and he reacts before thinking. If you can fix that with him, you would be a wonderful hero. But not as wonderful as me, obviously, you know. And yeah, Deku and All Might is like, okay, whatever you say, you're clearly way powerful than all of us, even powerful like all of us. But so he's like, okay, so what percentage of strength you are compared to your previous life? And because Loki is powerful as hell, he even has like huge physical strength. Like he's not as powerful as Thor in terms of like physique, but he is powerful. I mean, he can survive like Hulk smash multiple of times. I mean, so he's like powerful. He can like survive a lot of crap. He even can survive like punches from Thor, which is like a mountain destroying level, which is like way powerful than like 100% of all for one, and like 100% of like All Might's punches. He goes to like unite the Thor smash, like even like 1,000,000% of that. That's nothing compared to what Thor can handle. And like Loki can handle Thor. I mean, he can survive Thor multiple of times. He's not stronger than Thor, but he can like survive Thor's attack. So he's no slouch. So Deku is like, well, 0 point. Well, it's about like 0.0000000, like 0.0000005% of my original strength. If I can unlock 10% of my original strength, I think this body is capable of doing that only. Then you can rest assured nothing will happen bad with this reality and with this earth and with this universe. It's like, then All Might is like, yeah, I can definitely see that. So Deku is like, okay, so you want me to clean the beach. So do you want me to make people clean the beach, or do you want me to clean the beach? Well, then All Might is like, well, you already know what do I want you to do. I was like, well, there's no time to waste then. I shall have to do it. Then he like tries to clean the beach, and All Might tells him, hang on, you can make illusions which can like act voluntarily, but they're not permanent. Try to make your illusions tangible, not intangible, so that they can do like stuff for you. They can become like your clone. And Deku is like, well, I never thought about doing that. That's a wonderful idea, All Might. And he tries to do that, but he fails like several times. But he eventually can make like 2 or 3 clones that are like capable of doing things. It's like shadow Clonejutsu. I know I'm taking liberties, but they are like solid. They're not like not solid like the previous Loki like illusions. So the illusions can do things. They're not intangible, they're like tangible. They can like hold stuff, carry stuff, and whatever they do, like the physical attributes gets transferred to Deku. So he cleans the entire beach like in 2 days, and he gets like a huge quantity of muscles because of that. And yeah, he has a healing factor too, because Loki has a healing factor too. All Asgardians have a little bit of healing factor in there too. So yeah, and if they don't, it's my what if. Take it or leave it, okay? So yeah, he's like that, and he's doing like that, and yeah, he's like, so then Deku is like, well, that happened rather quickly than you anticipated, All Might, but it took me too much time. But well, then again, I could do only 2. I thought I could have done at least 20, but I just have to work on it. And he's like, okay, but Deku, like, well, don't call me Deku. You already know my real name. Call me Loki, Laufey's son, the god of mischief, the rightful king of Asgard after Odin. Then he's like, okay, Loki, how about we just do combat, since you can do that already? So it's like, yes, that is a better idea, All Might, isn't it? Well, while we do that, how about I make an obstacle course? It's like, yeah, but with that, it's just an illusion. Well, it's like, and Deku says like, well, I did learn a new trick thanks to you. I can make them intangible. I can make them tangible and solid. So All Might is like, you can do that with other illusions, not with just your clones. Then Deku is going like, this. It's not clone, it's an illusion. I can make my illusions tangible now, only in a minor quantity, but I can still do it. So he makes like an obstacle course, like where he has to like do a lot of parkour and stuff like that, and like a fighting arena. Sometimes they might fight, and it's like it's pretty dope. So they would like all throughout the summer, all they do is literally like to combat. So he literally becomes like a monster in terms of combat. Yeah, and Deku even teaches All Might some Asgardian martial arts or something like that. Space martial art. Yeah, space martial art with quotation mark. Yeah, and yeah, Deku can like conjure up those knives because Loki can do it. So why not Deku? So he's like becomes like really proficient with like daggers and knives. So he's like, now we're gonna go to the entrance exam, and he's not gonna like fall obviously because he's Loki, come on. So he's gonna like go to it, and he's gonna enter for the entrance exam, and the exam starts, and we're gonna speak about the entrance exam. Sorry, I burped because the dinner kicked in the part 3 Just make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your friends and family. Give me suggestions what you guys want to hear next time, and give me suggestions or feedbacks on this video. And check out my music, or check out my other playlist where I make a bunch of musics, or check out my other anime motives. Share them, love them. This is your host and host Kranti, signing off. I love you guys. Bye bye.